Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah Om Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Aruna Shiva Om Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Aruna Shiva Om Omkaram Baba Omkaram Baba Omkaram Baba Om Namo Baba Omkaram Baba Omkaram Baba Omkaram Baba Om Namo Baba Manasa Vajre Guru Sharanam Dostara Baba Sai Kara Sharanam
So right now, so just give it a couple of minutes for people to settle in, and then we'll just speak to them. Govinda Gopala Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala Radhe Govinda Gopala Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala Govinda Govinda Gopala Govinda Govinda Gopala Govinda Govinda Gopala Sai Govinda Govinda Gopala Radhe Govinda Gopala Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala Radhe Govinda Gopala Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala Krishna Madhusudana Madhusudana Krishna Krishna Madhusudana Madhusudana Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Sai Govinda Govinda Gopala Sai Govinda Govinda Gopala Radhe Govinda Gopala Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala Radhe Govinda Gopala Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala Govinda Govinda Gopala Govinda Govinda Gopala Govinda Govinda Gopala Sai Govinda Govinda Gopala Radhe Govinda Gopala Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala Radhe Govinda Gopala Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala Krishna Madhusudana Madhusudana Krishna Krishna Madhusudana Madhusudana Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Sai Govinda Govinda Gopala Sai
Sai Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala, Govinda Govinda Govinda.
Vanakkam, namaste to everyone. For those that don't know me, I'm Sageren's elder brother. And before I call upon the other speakers, let me just say a few words. My youngest brother, Sageren. And please forgive me, but now Sageren being the youngest brother, there were certain things that stood out about Sageren. And everyone that knew Sageren will testify to this, that he was this happy-go-lucky, jovial person. And whenever the music was on, any chutney song or so, Sageren could sing it. He was that person. If you came and you visited him at his home or anywhere, he would look after you. He would offer you anything to drink, eat, and so forth. And that's the type of person he was. And go back years ago when we were battling at home, we came poor family, and Sageren being the youngest, and I'll never forget this, Sageren took the initiative to go out to make sure he sells those flowers, go and stand at the market, go and sell those samosas, take the swearing from people, but he would come home and would take all that change, that money, and put it on the table and say, Daddy, Ma, buy some food or buy something with that money. And that stands out about Sageren, the type of person that he was. I also remember, when I got married and when we had to welcome my wife's family welcomed us. And Sageren was the person that was not shy, and he started singing the song at my wedding. And I'll forever remember Sageren for that. I also must say that, I'm proud of Sageren for what he's achieved. Sageren, one of those very few people that you look at where we come from, that's completed matric and has achieved so many things. He's seen to his family that they are secure. He saw that they were comfortable at home, that they have a nice house, they have a nice car, they ate nice, and all those things. He looked after his children. And that is what the father Sageren was. Yes? And that's the type of person he was. And you know what? We all know that he wasn't well. We know the way he was suffering, the trauma that he was going through, and he couldn't handle it anymore. And I accept that, my brother is at a better place now and that he's resting now. So I say farewell to my youngest brother, and I know that he is in good hands. And thank you. I'm going to call the next speaker, if someone is going to talk. I'm going to call a colleague from SEPS, Sageren's immediate commander and supervisor, Lieutenant Colonel Sanswa. If you could please come in.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Tanta, and I am from the Division HRD, SAPS Canine Academy, Rodaplat, where Sageren and the wife Bhavna were working. Allow me also to say all protocol observed, because in our midst we have our Academy Commander, Brigadier Mugashwa. So, greetings in the wonderful name of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I don't really have much to say, except that I took a lot of courage and strength from Sageren. We all knew he was not well for the longest time. We assisted where we could assist. And allow me to say these words, that he refused to give up. On certain days where we thought he wouldn't come to work, you would see him coming to work. On certain occasions where you would think this guy can't be driving, you'll see him driving and coming into work. So to Bhavna and the kids, take courage, good people. Know that God has not left you. He has not left you at all. He's still here within us and our midst. Bhavna, we've seen it all. We know what you went through. And nothing is going to change that. We are still here for you. We are still very much here for you and the kids. Before I sit down and hand over to my commander, Brigadier Marash, I just want to share with you a few words from the Holy Bible in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3. And it says that everything has its own time. Meaning that whatever that is happening today, God is not surprised at it. He knew that this time would come. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck out what is planted. Let me remind each one of us in this place that God has planted you where you are. And time will come when this flower that you are, or this tree that you are, will be plucked out. I'm going to jump because it's too long. There is a time to weep and a time to laugh. There's a time to mourn and there's a time to dance. So to the Padyachy family, all the extended family members, today is your time to mourn. Do not let this moment pass you by. You'll never see Sageren again. You'll never have another moment to mourn and pay tributes to him. With that being said, I leave you with the peace of the Almighty God, carrying on forward and having all the strength that he can allow you. I'm going to hand over to my Brigadier Marashwa. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Mr. Padyachy, for this opportunity. Bhavna, who is also our colleague, and the children of the Padyachy, the colleagues that are seated here from Subs K9 Academy, Rodeplat, all family members that are here, and the friends, the relatives, and all the mourners that have gathered this morning here, who have managed to outwit their busy schedules to be here to pay the last respect and to pay the tribute to our colleague here and our brother. Good day to you all.
Good day.
Let me first start by introducing myself. As my colleague has already indicated, I'm Brigadier Eddie Mukhashwa. I'm the Academy Commander at Subs K9 Rodeplat, where we worked with Sageren, and we are still working with Bhavna. My responsibilities, just in short, the Academy Commander, is to manage all the activities of the Academy. As such, now, Sageren is somebody whom was working under my command, but I'm the overall commander, as the immediate commander is already spoken. On Monday, on the 24th of October, I was sitting in the management meeting at Shobek Building here in Pretoria when I received the message, and that message was from his immediate commander, Colonel Tanza, who just now spoke, which was a very sad message to say that the K9 family of Roodeplaat has lost our colleague Sageren. Of course, it came as a shock, as just before I came here, I was alluding to my colleague, the Colonel Bunsi, to say, on Friday, as I was at the academy, it was the last time that I saw Sageren, but it was somebody that was walking around, on the premises. So little did I expect that on Monday I would receive this news. But of course, it is the God's will. We cannot argue with that. If I have to pay a tribute to Sageren, I would say that to all the mourners that are gathered here, to all the friends, the relatives, that Sageren has been a very committed and loyal member of the organization. This is not an exaggeration. He joined the South African Police Service family on the 4th of July 2001. Now, if you quickly calculate, it will give you 21 years. So he has been serving in the organization for 21 years, and if you pin it down, then it will give you 21 years, 3 weeks, and 3 months also that he served in the organization. Now, it's not so easy that you would find, especially in this new era, that people will be so much loyal and committed to stay in the organization for even a period of 21 years. On that note, it shows that he was very committed, he was very loyal, and that he was passionate about serving in the organization. It is by no surprise that my colleagues that are working at Subs K9 Roodeplaat, we arrived here at 9:30 so that we must come and pay the last respect before our colleagues, because he has been so loyal to the organization. So it will be a travesty of justice that we do not come and pay the last respect. Now, let me also share with you that over that past 21 years that has been in the organization, because as the academy commander, I managed to go through his record since he came into the organization. I did not find any endorsement, any record that he has committed any crime, because it is recorded in our records that he has committed any misconduct. So he managed to keep a clean record for a period of 21 years, 3 months, and 3 weeks until to his last day. That's why we have to salute him as the Subs family. I'm standing here also not only on behalf of the Subs K9 Academy family, Roodeplaat, but also on behalf of the in-service police development, which is the component that is supervising us as the academy. In-service police development, that component. And also the division human resource development. And of course the Subs organization at large. Sageren, our late brother who is lying here, you can easily compare him to a soldier that is very dedicated and that is passionate to his work. As we always say, that a soldier who is very committed will die with his boots on. I'm saying so, and also in addition to what the supervisor has just said, that I am certain that even by Monday, had it not been for the will of God that he should be, God's will calling him, he would have headed to work. I've got no doubt in that particular regard. He would have insisted that he comes to work. So he was a very loyal and a very dedicated member. For his commitment and his loyalty, we all have to learn something from that. That if you are resilient, that if you are passionate, history will recognize you. So it is a sad loss for us as the family of Rodeplat, and I'm pleased that this service is being live streamed, because for your information, our colleagues at K9 Rodeplat, they are busy now watching it, and also other colleagues, because of the love that we had for him. For the youngsters, I think they can learn a lot from him, that it does not serve any purpose to be doing what you call job hopping. Because for being 21 years, it shows that he had enough experience in the organization. And I think at this moment, as the family of Sageren and Rodeplat, we can take comfort, we can take solace with the fact that Sageren has paid his dues to the organization. He has made immense contribution to the organization, and the fact that he has left the footprints that he made the mark in his own right. In that regard, all his contributions will remain etched in our memories, because he made a history for himself. That's why we always say, while you are still alive, while still active, you have to create your own legacy. That's why we are here able to attest to what has happened. And this is true. Someone like Sageren, we are pleased today to be standing here and not bearing, our heads in shame. Because we know very well that some of our colleagues, and we say this with a very heavy heart, and I'm saying this thing in my capacity as a brigadier and also as a commander, that we always appreciate discipline, good behavior from everybody. And for that matter, for the entire country, we need to have the society, we need to have the communities that are law-abiding. Now, in our case, somebody that has been in the organization without his record being blemished, being tainted, it goes a long way in which we can learn from that. Because sometimes you wake up in the morning, you watch the news, the headlines, or the news, the news headlines, be it on the national television, be it on the newspapers, that some of our colleagues within the organization South African Police Service have committed some acts which leaves us embarrassed. Now, that's why we are saying this thing with a lot of confidence, with a lot of aplomb, to come and be here and say, Sageren, you have really served the organization so well, with loyalty, and most importantly, with the clean record. It is unfortunate that we cannot, of course, do anything about God's will. We have to accept it, and so that we can march on. On that note, in conclusion, let me say to the family of the Padyachy, the brother, Bhavna, and the children, and all the relatives, we really appreciate it that you allowed us to come and pay our last respect. And we don't take this opportunity for granted. We really appreciate it, and we are thankful. Thanks very much for that, to allow us to be here in your midst today. Our brother, we shall sorely miss him, But there's much that we have learned from him. And on that note, we say to our brother, Sageren, say to him that may his soul rest in peace. And we shall take the baton over and forge ahead with what he was contributing to the organization. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm now going to call upon Jitin, Bhavna's brother, and Sageren's brother-in-law to say a few words.
Excuse me. I don't stand by you today as Bhavana's brother, but as Sagren's brother. Over the years, he was known as my brother-in-law in my head. We don't always get along. But as I got older and wiser, I started respecting Sagren as a man, as a husband, and a father to my nieces and nephews from there. And for a very long time now, I always took him as a brother to me from there. It's sad to see this happen to him. I also know he wanted some rest. He was going through a lot of pain. But, you know, when I think of Sagren, there's only happy thoughts. Yesterday when I pulled in here, just for my wife, I looked towards the bar area and I pictured Sagren there because, you know, every time I came around, you're standing outside and welcomed us. And as a person, you know, we leave this world without any of the material things. But everybody that I speak to, my family on my side, they always say, you know, Sagren was so welcoming to everybody. Always opened his doors to everybody. You come to his house, he'll make sure he'll give you to eat, he'll give you something to drink. And that's a person he's been. The very kind-hearted person. And, you know, it's unique to find individuals like that. It truly is. And he is genuinely a kind person and a loving person. And I always appreciated Sagren recently. My parents stayed with him for a very long time, and I was young. And my mother-in-law, I have provisions to take care of her, but there's not one day she came to me and said, son, I'm having a hard time or anything like that. He took her as a mother. He took my father as a father to him. And growing up, there's a stage where I stayed with Sagren. I didn't have a brother close by. And I was a skinny, scared kid and something he didn't know. And get picked on a lot, you know. There's one time we were staying in Lojum and the guys were picking on me. And Sagren came out there swearing with a force. He was a really thick individual back then. And the guys feared him and he protected me, you know. And a lot of times I used him as protection and he didn't know that. And I'm very grateful for the person that he's been and the impact that he's had in my life, on my parents and your kids. But just as he was there for my parents, my sister, my nieces and my nephews, and for myself, there's appreciation to you, you know. I will be here for your family, no matter what. And yeah, I hope you get some well-deserved rest now. And thank you for the many years that we spent with you. We love you and we'll miss you.
Thank you, Jitin. I'm now going to call upon Maki. Maki is Sagren's cousin, and he will say a few words. Thank you.
Before I start, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all. Ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages, family, friends. It's not going to be easy for me if I get a little bit emotional. Please bear with me. Where should I start? I've known this guy so long. Start in our younger ages. We were battling. All of us. To make it. And I stand here and I look at a man that has made it. With all his flaws and all his and whatever. Met his wife. Bhavna became a pillar of his strength. He has 3 beautiful children. 2 boys and a girl. His heartbeat. Loved his aunties, Homie, Nukus, Sanda, his cousins, Ramila, his auntie, his mother was everything to him. His mother was his heartbeat. And what I admired about Sageren, that you could not stop him from achieving what he wanted. If you look around, from a boy that had no shoes to what he's achieved, I salute him. He'd come to me and tell me, "Cuz, I'm going to do this." And I'd give him always my opinion, but he'll say no. He's doing it his way. And I admire him for it. And everybody admired his generosity, his love for his people, his love for his job as Brigadier. Even his colleagues at work, he'll tell me about them. Couldn't stop this guy. He only headed to the top. I thank God that he stopped my brother's pain. Because he would tell me. He was my brother, my friend, my confidant. I'm not sad, I'm emotional about this. The way he lays now, he's in no more pain. I'm going to end this very quickly. In this life, we used to call him Sageren Fly. And they know, in our culture, that we believe in reincarnation. That he has been reincarnated to a beautiful butterfly with all his favorite colors. And once again, I salute you, my brother. I always love you. Thank you.
Ganapatika Putane Hari Mare Ayanum Malam Amarana Munivatanam Mure Mure Vanage Yetram Modal Vane Namah Shivaya 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 Adiyai Vedam Magai Adi Mudi Desya Vandam Sodya Nirvai Nindram Vibhai Vane Namah Shivaya Tunai Vane Namah Shivaya Tunai Vane Namah Shivaya Tunai Vane Namah Shivaya Tunai Vane Namah Shivaya Inai Adi Devi Kanai Yeshuda Alandamaya Kaniude Yellam Yata Kadavule Namah Shivaya 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 Iti Rai Porpolundra Ilayari Padivatumbam Vaitara Sembuneni Vallale Namah Shivaya 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 Umayvanupakam Vaita Ambara Chamberane Anivitadam Maniya Mutta Annale Namah Shivaya, Annale Namah Shivaya, Annale Namah Shivaya, Annale Namah Shivaya, Annale Namah Shivaya. Umayya Pagam Vaisa, Umbara Tambirane, Ametaro Maniya Mutta, Annale Namah Shivaya. Annale Namah Shivaya, Annale Namah Shivaya, Annale Namah Shivaya, Annale Namah Shivaya. Ulu mai ueru mai ge, ulu mai bueru mai ge, tandu vai sagatalialla, tandayai Namah Shivaya. Tandayai Namah Shivaya, Tandayai Namah Shivaya, Tandayai Namah Shivaya, Tandayai Namah Shivaya. Yashopuda Adanamagam, Yanuyari Vandam, Pajantara Andu Kolam, Paramane Namah Shivaya, Paramane Namah Shivaya, Paramane Namah Shivaya, Paramane Namah Shivaya, Paramane Namah Shivaya. Ilevai Kodai Mara, Ilemare Malkum Patu, Niruda Vasata Valla, Nimalane Namah Shivaya, Nimalane Namah Shivaya, Nimalane Namah Shivaya, Nimalane Namah Shivaya, Nimalane Namah Shivaya. Amunne Unnai Padam, Anbile Talavel Vaita, Sayene Vanam Potrum, Devane Namah Shivaya, Devane Namah Shivaya, Devane Namah Shivaya, Devane Namah Shivaya, Devane Namah Shivaya. Unbaldavaya Kutta, Uyarine Wile Vandam, Ponpora Malakal Katam, Punidane Namah Shivaya, Punidane Namah Shivaya, Punidane Namah Shivaya, Punidane Namah Shivaya, Punidane Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Sachidananda Sivame, Om Sachidananda Sivame, Om Sachidananda Sivame. Muruga, Muruga, Sativel Muruga, you are my shining star. Kartigaya Muruga, Vadivel Muruga, come to me Lord Muruga. Muruga, Muruga, Sativel Muruga, you are my shining star. Kartigaya Muruga, Vadivel Muruga, come to me Lord Muruga. Muruga, 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 Muruga. When I need you, Muruga, you are there, Muruga, to take all my troubles away. You're my Swami Muruga, give me light, Muruga. Baba Vadi Velava. When I need you, Muruga, you are there, Muruga, to take all my troubles away. You're my Swami Muruga, give me light, Muruga. Baba Vadi Velava. Muruga, 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 Sativel Muruga, you are my shining star. Kartigaya Muruga, Vadivel Muruga, come to me Lord Muruga. Muruga, 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 Muruga. When I need you, Muruga, you are there, Muruga, to take all my troubles away. You're my Swami, Muruga, give me light, Muruga. Baba, Badi, Velava, Muruga, 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 Sativel Muruga, you are my shining star. Katigaya Muruga, Padyachy Muruga, come to me, Lord Muruga. Katigaya Muruga.
Hare Shiva Shankara Bholenath, Shirdi Purishvara Sainath. Hare Shiva Shankara Bholenath, Shirdi Purishvara Sainath. Shiva Shiva Shankara Bholenath, Pati Purishvara Sainath. Shiva Shiva Shankara Bholenath, Pati Purishvara Sainath. Haribo Shanna Shiva Gaurinath, Haribo Shanna Shiva Gaurinath. Paramasu Mangala Sainath, Paramasu Mangala Sainath. Kiridananda Paramananda Samadhi Priya Ganganath. Kiridananda Paramananda Samadhi Priya Ganganath. Hare Shiva Shankara Bholenath, Shirdi Purishvara Sainath. Shiva Shiva Shankara Bholenath, Pati Purishvara Sainath. Haribo Shanna Shiva Gaurinath, Haribo Shanna Shiva Gaurinath. Paramasu Mangala Sainath, Paramasu Mangala Sainath. Kiridananda Paramananda Samadhi Priya Ganganath. Kiridananda Paramananda Samadhi Priya Ganganath. Hare Shiva Shankara Bholenath, Shirdi Purishvara Sainath. Om Namah Parvati. Har Har Mahadeva.
Namam Yenai Nadum Vel Muruga. Parivel Yenai Kakum Parivelava. Undan Namam Yenai Nadum Vel Muruga. Om Muruga, Om Muruga. Saravana Baba Kuga Padivela. Om Muruga, Om Muruga. Saravana vadibelava vadibel எந்தன் துணையே வேல் முருகா திருளை என்னை காக்கும் வடிவேலவா வடிவேல் எந்தன் துணையே வேல் முருகா சிவபெருமான் உந்தன் தந்தை அல்லவோ பார்வதி அம்மா உத்தாய் அல்லவோ சிவபெருமான் உந்தன் தந்தை அல்லவோ பார்வதி அம்மா உத்தாய் அல்லவோ ஸ்ரீ கணேச உந்தன் அன்னை அல்லவோ இந்த பாடம் இந்த உயருண்டத்தில்லை அல்லவோ ஸ்ரீ கணேச உந்தன் அன்னை அல்லவோ இந்த பாடம் இந்த உயருண்டத்தில்லை அல்லவோ ஓம் முருகா ஓம் முருகா சரவண பவ குக வடிவேலா ஓம் முருகா ஓம் முருகா சரவண பவ குக வடிவேலா திருணை என்னை காக்கும் வடிவேலவா வடிவேல் எந்தன் துணையே வேல் முருகா திருணை என்னை காக்கும் வடிவேலவா வடிவேல் எந்தன் துணையே வேல் முருகா கண்கள் உன்னை தேடும் வடிவேலவா எந்தன் கண்ணீர் உந்தன் அபிஷேகம் வேல் முருகா கண்கள் உன்னை தேடும் வடிவேலவா உந்தன் கண்ணீர் உந்தன் அபிஷேகம் வேல் முருகா கண்கள் உன்னை தேடும் வடிவேலவா எந்தன் கண்ணீர் உந்தன் அபிஷேகம் வேல் முருகா கண்கள் உன்னை தேடும் வடிவேலவா எந்தன் கண்ணீர் உந்தன் அபிஷேகம் வேல் முருகா ஓம் முருகா ஓம் முருகா சரவண பவ குக வடிவேலா ஓம் முருகா ஓம் முருகா சரவண பவ குக வடிவேலா திருளை என்னை காக்கும் வடிவேலவா வடிவேல் எந்தன் துணையே வேல் முருகா திருளை என்னை காக்கும் வடிவேலவா வடிவேல் என்னை துணையே வேல் முருகா வடிவேல் என்னை காக்கும் வடிவேலவா உந்தன் நாமம் என்னை நாடும் வேல் முருகா வடிவேல் என்னை காக்கும் வடிவேலவா உந்தன் நாமம் என்னை நாடும் வேல் முருகா ஓம் முருகா ஓம் முருகா சரவண பவ குக வடிவேலா ஓம் முருகா ஓம் முருகா சரவண பவ குக வடிவேலா சரவண பவ குக வடிவேலா சரவண பவ குக வடிவேலா திருச்சிவேல் முருகனுக்கு Mutinari Ariada Motarado Muyavene Mutinari Aribitu Malam Aribitu Sivamagi Anayanda Atanana Ko Arubiyavan At perubaya jove Om Trayambakam Yashamaye Sugandhi Pushtivatanam Purvarukkameva Bandhanam Mrityor Mokshamamritam Om Trayambakam Yashamaye Sugandhi Pushtivatanam Purvarukkameva Bandhanam Mrityor Mokshamamritam Om Trayambakam Yashamaye Sugandhi Pushtivatanam Purvarukkameva Bandhanam Mrityor Mokshamamritam Hari Om Shanti 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 Om Namah Shivaya 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 Shivaya, Om Namah 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 Shivaya, Arul Perum Jodi, Tani Perum Karune, Tani Perum Karune, Arul Perum Jodi, Arul Perum Jodi, Tani Perum Karune, Tani Perum Karune, Arul Perum Jodi, Arul Perum Jodi, Tani Perum Karune, Tani Perum Karune, Arul Perum Jodi, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya,
Come, come, the water.
Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Quanh đà, quanh đà, quanh đà, quanh đà, quanh đà, quanh đà. Bhavna. Dandan ya. Where's Bhavna? Baik, lagi pada Gam, bilasan, bilasan, gam. Terus, terus. Coba. Aku panggil dia
Ganchalam Samadhyam. Om Sri Ganchalam Samadhyam.
Please.
Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara 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 Shankara Shiva Shiva Shankara Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara All the one with you. Sri Ruam Devam Katpara Devam Samatya Om Sri Ruam Devam Katpara Devam Samatya Om Sri Ruam Devam Katpara Devam Samatya Sri Mahar Chandra Pura Samatya Om Sri Gangchalam Samatya Om Sri Gangchalam Samatya Om Sri Gangchalam Samatya Om Sri Gangchalam Samatya. Pray that there is the God, the gate must be open, everything must be accepted.
लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। आओ राम सीता लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। जय बोलो हनुमान की जय, बोलो हनुमान, जय बोलो हनुमान की जय, बोलो हनुमान, जय बोलो हनुमान की जय, बोलो हनुमान, जय बोलो हनुमान। जय सिया राम जय राजा राम, जय राधे श्याम जय सीता राम। जय हनुमान बोलो जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान बोलो जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान बोलो जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान बोलो जय हनुमान। आओ आओ प्रभु मैं पूजा करूंगी, राम सीता लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। जय बोलो हनुमान की जय, बोलो हनुमान, जय बोलो हनुमान की जय, बोलो हनुमान, जय बोलो हनुमान की जय, बोलो हनुमान, जय बोलो हनुमान की जय, बोलो हनुमान। जय सिया राम जय राजा राम, जय राधे श्याम जय सीता राम। नारायण हरि गंगाधरने ओम माधवने शिव शंकरने नारायण हरि ओम परमात्माय तुनेनी नारायण हरि ओम नारायण हरि ओम नारायण हरि ओम हर हर महादेवा ஓசை ஓனே எல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே உலகத்து வருவென்றா நின்றாய் நீயே ஓசை ஓனே எல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே உலகத்து வருவென்றா நின்றாய் நீயே வாசமலர் எல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே மலைய மருகனா நின்றாய் நீயே வாசமலர் எல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே மலைய மருகனா நின்றாய் நீயே பேச பெரிதும் நின்றாய் நீயே பிராணாயாதே எல்லாம் வைத்தாய் நீயே பேச பெரிதும் நின்றாய் நீயே பிராணாயாதே எல்லாம் வைத்தாய் நீயே தேச விலக்கெல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே திருவையலகலக செம்போ சோதி தேச விலக்கெல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே திருவையலகலக செம்போ சோதி ஆறுமாரியாய் இருத்தாய் நீயே ஆகாயம் தேருற சொல்லாய் நீயே ஆறுமாரியாய் இருத்தாய் நீயே ஆகாயம் தேருற வல்லாய் நீயே பெரு பெரிய இலங்கை வேந்த பெரிய மோதி பத்து இருத்தாய் நீயே பெரும் பெரிய இலங்கை வேந்தன் பெரிய மதி பத்து இருத்தாய் நீயே புற அதாய் நீயே தாமரையானு மதும் கோனே புற அதாய் நீயே தாமரையானு மதும் கோனே தேருமரியன்மோ வைத்தாய் நீயே திருவையலகலக செம்போ சோதி தேருமரியன்மோ வைத்தாய் நீயே திருவையலகலக செம்போ சோதி திருவையலகலக செம்போ சோதி திருவையலகலக செம்போ சோதி
Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya.
pallbearers, please. Just facing that direction. Three. One more on the left. Right. When I tell you to the left, then you put the shoulder.
Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara 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 Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva Shankara Shiva
Namaste, and good afternoon to one and all. Today, we mourn our loss, but we also celebrate a life that was well lived and loved much. The life of Sageren Padyachy, born 5th November 1975, the fourth son of Vijay and Nilan Padyachy, youngest brother of 7 siblings, Vilasan, Suren, Deenan, Shanita, Pranita, Nirosh and Niroshni. Loving husband of Bhavna, which they shared 21 years of marriage. And dearest father of Nivash, Kashil and Kashmira, and son-in-law of Shamain. He grew up in the heart of Lothian, known as White Blocks. They say home is where the heart is. He matriculated at Himalaya Secondary School and later built a beautiful home in Denville. He served 21 years dedicated to the South African Police Service. A father, a husband, a son, a son-in-law, a brother-in-law, a cousin, a nephew, a friend, a colleague, and an uncle to 12 nieces and nephews, lovingly known to us as Sageren Mami. If I had to describe the person he was, I would describe him as a firework. Not just because he left us on Diwali, but because he brought so much of light into our lives, left a little sparkle wherever he went, always reached for the stars. His laugh was so colorful. He was fearless. And if tears could build a stairway and memories a lane, we'd walk right up to heaven and bring you back again. You fought the hardest, which made us the strongest, but heaven couldn't wait for you. May your soul attain moksha and your legacy live on. goodbyes are not forever and not the end. It simply means we'll miss you until we meet again. Rest in peace, Sageren Mami. Thank you.
Shankara,